And welcome back to the Southern California desert, leading you up to first ball of the BNP Paribas Open. TC Live comes your way every day at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then it is 12 hours at least of live tennis from Indian Wells with encore coverage until play begins the next day. All right, it is almost time to reveal this year's winners of the Hurd Awards, named for a man whose generosity and passion for tennis continue to leave a lasting legacy. Mark Hurd championed the sport of tennis like none other. His love for the game inspired him to provide his alma mater Baylor with the Hurd Tennis Center in 2001. He also created the Oracle U.S. Tennis Awards, a pair of $100,000 grants given each year to 2 American college players who are launching their professional careers. Those awards have helped jumpstart the careers of Australian Open finalist Danielle Collins, former Georgia Tech star Chris Eubanks, and Mackie McDonald, who was an NCAA champion at UCLA.
The Oracle Scholarship for me was amazing. Coming out of college, having some financial support. The expenses of tennis starting out is pretty difficult from the bottom level. The roots are, it's a lot out of pocket.
It racks up. It keeps going, and to be able to, like I say, have that burden kind of taken care of, and being able to say, you know what, I'm coming out on tour, I can do things very, very professional. I can make sure I have my coach, make sure, all of our travel expenses are covered, no shortcuts. It just kind of takes that weight off of you and allows you to just focus on playing tennis.
Well, the applicants for this year's separate $100,000 grants were evaluated and winners selected by this council that includes Hall of Famers Tracy Austin and Lindsay Davenport, among so many influential members of the tennis community, and 2 of them join me now. Paula Hurd, who was married to Mark Hurd for 30 years, and Stephen Armitage from Universal Tennis. It's a reunion. It is great to see both of you once again.
Good to see you.
Paula, tell me a little bit about the history of the award, what it means, how it started.
If you recall, last year I mentioned I had attended a tournament in San Jose in August of 21. And I went just to see the girls play, and Danielle Collins won her first match, second match, third match. Next thing you know, I've gone the whole week, and she won the whole thing. And it was the same day Mackenzie McDonald had made it to the finals against Sinner. Both of these were 2017 Oracle Scholarship recipients, and I've got to tell you, it makes a big difference in their game and catapulting them to the next level.
Yeah, Danielle Collins making a major final
right.
at the Australian Open. We saw both of them here at Indian Wells this year. What made Universal Tennis, that foundation, the right match for your vision?
So early on, my husband was an early investor, a board member, and the synergies are just too aligned. He was passionate about tennis. They're passionate. They are putting in all sorts of mechanisms throughout the world to make it a very social. They've got their ratings. They've got an infrastructure, and they're increasing tennis across the community from all the way from a beginning level to juniors to pros. I mean, it's exactly what my husband would want to be doing, and I'm very honored to work with them and make this a legacy for him.
It's perfect synergy between the two of you all promoting the sport of tennis, and especially college tennis. It is that time to announce the 2023 winners of the Hurd Award grants: Peyton Stearns of Texas and Andrew Fenty of Michigan. Incredible stuff. Peyton Stearns had a 3-set battle with Bianca Andreescu yesterday. She not only led the Longhorns to the NCAA team title last spring, she became the first women's tennis player at Texas to win the individual NCAA title. And after leaving Austin, she has already found success on the WTA Tour, making the second round in her Indian Wells debut this year, getting up to a career-high 116 in the live rankings. She's still in the doubles draw with who you mentioned, Paula, Danielle Collins. And then Andrew Fenty of Michigan, currently a 5th-year senior. He's the winningest player in program history, the first to reach 100 doubles victories. He's an All-American in both singles and doubles, and was actually picked by Tom Brady himself to be one of the faces of his new Brady brand campaign. So 2 fantastic winners, Peyton Stearns and Andrew Fenty. Stephen, what makes these 2 players the right fit for this?
Yeah, thanks, Steve. We're so excited, the entire foundation and the council, to have 2 wonderful representatives in Peyton and Andrew. They embody what Mark Hurd really looks for, or looked for, in a college athlete transitioning to the professional tour. Continuous improvement from both of them. little bit of different stages of their career. We extended the eligibility for the award to players coming out of school, out of college this year. So Andrew, who's consistently improved, one of the highest UTRs of any American in college. Obviously, as you mentioned, Big Ten Player of the Year, 2-time All-American, someone who's going to really make that initial transition to the tour. And then if you watch the match with Peyton and Bianca last night, it was really interesting because Peyton had her coach there, Gabriel Trefu, and Bianca had a whole team. She had a hitting partner, a coach, a physio, a strength and conditioning coach. So we're hoping that these funds can really arm Peyton to take that next step into the top 50 and the top 20, into maybe even the top 10 one day. And so I think one other amazing part of today is that when we're announcing these awards and presenting them to the winners, actually Danielle Collins is going to be there at 12:30 to give this award. So 6 years after she got it, she's now passing the award on the honor on to the next generation, which really would be the lasting legacy that Mark Hurd wanted to leave, and something that we're so incredibly proud of.
Incredible. And as I mentioned, they're playing doubles here. She's been kind of a mentor
Absolutely.
to Peyton. I saw Peyton win the 25K. I was in Austin, Texas. She was there in her home courts, absolutely killing it. And to see her from the 25K now, Indian Wells, a 1,000 level event. It's really special. And I know this is going to really help her continue to progress. Tell us quickly what's new with Universal Tennis.
Yeah, well, Universal Tennis has been on a tear, and we're doing great. And we're really focused this year on the recreational club market. And so we're coming out with a lot of products and a lot of really formats that cater to these recreational adults and juniors and people that are in the space. So first and foremost, we're coming out with a league product that is going to make team tennis just significantly better, more exciting, and really just the pain points that are there in league tennis, we're there to solve. Secondly, we're coming out with a format called Dingles, UTR Dingles, which is basically a singles cross-court match that then evolves into a doubles point.
Yep.
We're actually doing a exhibition here with the Bryan brothers, Tommy Haas, and a couple other professionals that are currently in the tournament, but to be named in later. And then finally, we're evolving and we're moving into pickleball. And this is an exciting step for us. Obviously, fastest growing sport in America. We're fired up to be a part of it. The one thing you hear is that, it's really very much of the Wild West out there in pickleball. And we're excited to, bring our expertise in structures, in formats, in tech to hopefully just give everyone a significantly better experience. And this is an amazing sport. I love it myself. And we're fired up to be in it.
That's awesome. Great to hear all of that. Congratulations once again to Peyton Stearns and Andrew Fenty, this year's winners of the Hurd Award grants. Paula, Stephen, it's always a pleasure to catch up with both of you. Thank you for what you're doing and supporting tennis.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, much more TC Live still to come. We are leading you up to first ball here in the desert. Casper Ruud, Christian Garin, who's going to make it to the round of 16. Stay with us.